All right, Ender, wherever you are, don't be an asshole.
He's sleeping on the bed.
BVB Army, welcome back to our channel. My name is Ruth.
And I'm Nicole.
God, my voice is going to be the death of me today. Still somewhat not recovered.
That's why I hate colds. They take forever to go away.
Hopefully I don't lose my voice throughout this episode. So again, if I sound stuffy or anything, I apologize, guys. Being sick is the worst, especially during winter. We hope each and every one of you had a very filling, delicious, chilled sloth mode Thanksgiving.
I ate way too much.
Yeah, same. Was your Thanksgiving good?
Yeah, mine actually wasn't bad. I mean, my family is my family. They're really obnoxious, but I love them. How was your Thanksgiving?
Good. Sorry. Mine was good. I went over to my aunt and uncle's, and again, thank you for the army and to all my friends and family for wishing me a happy birthday. Again, my birthday landed on Thanksgiving, so I was a turkey baby. It was awesome. A lot of great food. My aunt made one side dish that I'm obsessed with. This was her first time making it. She made like a corn casserole type deal. Oh my God, it was so good.
Corn casserole. I'm used to green bean casserole, but I'm very curious on the corn casserole.
It was like corn and then cornbread and stuff. And it was just so good, guys. Like
does sound really
good. Was so good. And then my cousins came over, and then as soon as they saw the corn casserole, you know what they started singing?
What did they start singing?
Corn, a big lump of corn. It has the juice. It has the juice. Oh, come on.
Is this like from... I have no clue.
Anyone who knows what I just sang, thank you. Anyone who doesn't know, like Nicole, it came from an interviewer of a little boy eating a corn on the cob for the very first time. He freaking loved it. And someone made a song out of that interview. It's amazing. It blew up on TikTok. It was so popular. My cousins and I have been singing that song nonstop because it's corn.
Is it bad that I was going to say, is it from Veggie Tales? Well, I'm so glad to hear that you had an incredible Thanksgiving and birthday.
Yes, I'm thanking for everyone who wished me a happy birthday. The Twitter love I definitely felt, so thank you. Again, we hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I know by the time this video is uploaded, Black Friday sales where it went on. I know there was a lot, probably. Hopefully you guys have money in your accounts or maybe in the negatives. I don't know. We are back with a new episode, and we're here to talk about VIP.
Yes, our very first VIP story. I am so excited.
I'm excited. I know we've kind of mentioned little details here and there throughout the episodes, but this time we get to go full in detail and everything about our VIP experience when it comes to Black Veil Brides concerts.
I feel like what gets like really exciting about these kinds of discussions is VIP experiences are so different for everyone, and everyone's story is just so unique.
I know. It's like, oh, okay. Like even just the fans we've had come on and they talk about VIP in their concerts. It's like hearing their points of view is just like, it's always fun and interesting to hear them.
Oh, I honestly agree with you on that. It's one of those things you expect to hear like the same story, but you don't. They're all like super different in their own creative way, and I love it.
We were actually talking about this before we hit record. So Nicole, how many VIP experiences have you been to when it comes to Black Veil Brides?
When it comes to Black Veil Brides, I have been to 5 VIPs. What about you?
4. Well, okay. Well, does the online pandemic ones count? Because technically they did have VIP for one.
I mean, I would count that.
Then
I would
5.
count that.
Then 5. Yeah.
5. Look at that. We have each. But if only like their very first shows they had VIP, that would have been so cool.
I know, because you went to the AP tour for your first Black Veil Brides concerts, and I went to the Pins and Needle tour. I think that's what it was called.
I had tickets to that one, but Andy broke his nose, and I was like, grr.
When it comes to VIP for BVB, which one was your first one?
My very first VIP experience was the Church of the Wild Ones tour. What was your first experience?
Mine was 2018 Resurrection tour. It makes me laugh because I hear so many like Church of the Wild Ones and everything else, and I'm like, I heard those concerts. I really wanted to go. Could not afford or let alone go to the locations that was near me at the time. So yes, Resurrection Tour was my very first VIP experience. So there was that.
Well, I like that you mentioned the date too. Like for Church of the Wild Ones, that was 2013. That's like forever ago.
Dude, I would die to go to that because like I saw photos and I'm just like, it broke my high school soul because I really wanted to go to those amazing concerts.
Oh, like it does break my heart that you weren't able to go to like the Church of the Wild Ones tour, because Ruth, that was your tour, Wretched and Divine. Like,
hence why my soul was broken. Okay. I remember Resurrection Tour when they put out the dates, because like I was a first year teacher, Resurrection Tour, and so when they came out with the dates, okay, I will admit, first year teacher, I don't want to like abandon my students, especially during Monday through Friday. And so when they came out with the dates, like it's gonna be on a Saturday, and I'm like, this is perfect. This is perfect. I don't have to abandon my students. I can go to Seattle. Yes. And I'm like, VIP was there. And I'm like, I actually have the money now. Oh my God, this is going to happen.
I'm so happy it landed on a Saturday for you. That couldn't have been more perfect. That's one thing I cannot remember is what date mine landed on. I know it was like the beginning of January. Maybe it was a Monday. I'm not too sure. The only one thing that I will say is when the Church of the Wild Ones tour came, VIP and tickets. So we know how nowadays, if you purchase the VIP ticket, you have to also purchase a regular ticket, or else you can't get into the show. You'll get into for VIP, but then you can't, unfortunately, watch the show. So I had purchased, regular tickets for Church of the Wild Ones. And obviously this was my first time trying to purchase VIP. So I didn't know what I was doing. And then when VIP did come out, I was like, oh, sweet, I'm going to go ahead and buy them. Little did I know, VIP also came with tickets at the time. So I had 4 tickets. I had 4 tickets.
Oh my God. No, you didn't read the
I was
fine
like,
print.
oh, crap. No, I didn't. Well, because like tickets came out before VIP, and my initial thought was just grab them. They'll sell out.
No, I would do the same.
Yeah. And then when VIP came out, I went ahead and just didn't even think. I just bought them. And then after buying them, I'm sitting there selling Hudson. I'm like, so we have 4 tickets, and he was not happy. But I didn't know, like no one told me that the VIP came with the tickets. And I wish they still did that, by the way. It would make life so much easier.
Marketing and everything, I know. So your first VIP was a Church of the Wild Ones. So let's hear the story. Let's go.
Well, you already know the beginning.
Yep.
Got 4 tickets. And I did end up giving the 2 tickets away for free. First VIP experience, absolutely not a clue what I'm doing. I had no clue like what was to be expected. Like, where do I line up? Where do we go? What time should I get there? So in my head, we had to get there like 8 hours early, and we did. Like, we showed up at like 8 a.m, and I don't even think VIP started until like 5. And it was like, thankfully it was like a really warm day for January. It was pretty warm. Surprised. I was completely all war paint. Like, I had no war paint like on the face. I like did like, raccoon eyes for the makeup, but I did the body war paint, and I was surprised that it actually lasted the entire time I was out in the sun, because I was really worried about everything melting off. So yeah, waiting in line for 8 hours. And of course, once again, this was literally my second concert. I didn't know that spikes were not allowed in the venue.
This was the concert?
Yeah. So for anyone that doesn't know, my husband and I made a bunch of studded jewelry in high school. We were just bored in art class, and they told us we could do whatever we wanted. So we made like studded belts, studded wristbands, and I didn't make the spiked headband that I had on during that show, but I was all spiked out. And here we are getting ready to head in, and we're immediately told, oh, you can't bring all that in. You have to take it off. And there was like no parking at this, like near this place. So we parked like a couple blocks away. There was no way we could run this to the car and then make it back in time. So my husband Hudson went ahead and we took off our belts, we took off the wristbands. I forgot that I had my headband headband on, but it looks like they didn't care about the headband. They were more worried about what was on our body. He runs into an alley and throws it under a dumpster and hides it there. And he's like, maybe we can just get it when we are after the show. And of course, I had a feeling it wasn't going to be there, because if we're being honest, everyone in line knew our situation. They see Hudson hiding it under there. I'm sure people probably took it. Low key was hoping that one of the Black Veil Brides members went out through the back door, saw something shiny under the dumpster and just took it. So if you guys have it, awesome, but I doubt it. People were really nice though in line. Because of that, we were very first in VIP line, but with the whole situation, we kind of had to be set aside and they were letting other people in. So once we were finally able to head back to the door, they let us in, and fans actually let us go back to the front, which I was so mad about. I was like, nope, I'm okay. I don't want to be first in line. Like I didn't want to be the first person because I was really nervous. Mm-hmm. But they insisted that we got our spot back, which, I mean, thank you. Thanks, but no thanks. So I'm already like nervous. I can't breathe. The guys come out. My heart like jumped into my throat. I was sweating so bad. I was nervous, and the security guy motions for us to come over. I literally turned around to my husband. I'm like, I can't do this. And he's like, yes, you can. And turns me around, shoves me. So I start walking forward. And this is where I just feel so stupid, because I put the Wretched and Divine CD down, and I immediately like scoot it towards Cece. And I'm quiet the whole time. I have a smile on my face, but I'm quiet. I don't say anything. Cece and I never like conversed or anything. And then Jake said he liked my headband. And then Andy, I had red hair at the time, and I loved to like tease it and spike it and all that. Andy was really the only one to talk to me besides Jake. Andy had told me that he absolutely loved my hair, which then I went into panic mode, because I'm like, I don't know how to take compliments, especially from people I look up to. Yeah. So I just have this crazy dumb smile on my face, and I'm just like, thank you. Like, that's exactly how I said it. And Andy's just, yeah. I'm like, okay. Meanwhile, Hudson's talking to Cece, and in Wretched and Divine, the Legion movie, how like Cece goes up and punches the ground, and it creates like that dust storm, like a ripple effect that takes away fear. Hudson told Cece instead of doing that, he should have turned around and farted them away. Yeah.
Well, please tell me Cece responded to that.
Oh, he did. He just looked at all the other guys, and he's like, I should have farted them away. And Hudson's like, yeah. And he was like, all right, okay. Like, I can't lie. This experience, for it being my very first one, I did like afterwards, I got a photo with them. It was very short. I have to admit, out of all of my experiences, that one was the shortest. And when I got home after the show, like, I was really happy how everything had went. I was a little upset at myself, because I really had wished that I had acted better. I felt like such a fool for just kind of being so nervous and in my head about it. I'll admit I cried about it for a couple days, maybe a week, if so. I was just so upset, because I thought that could have gone so much better. I could have been like more talkative. And then I had to keep telling myself, there's always next time. There's always next time. And I feel like I've definitely gotten a lot better. But for that first one, nervous wreck. But it was super cool, to be honest. I mean, just to see all the guys in their leather, and they were all super sweet though, despite it being very short. They were very sweet. How did your first VIP experience go?
As I said, my first VIP was Resurrection Tour 2018. I was a young adult, first year teacher, just very excited and very happy that I could actually afford a VIP ticket. I think I even mentioned this in my BVB story, but it was like the universe was telling me to go because of everything. And I was just full of emotions because there was a lot going on at that point. All good though, just processing it though, I should say. I have a friend in Seattle who I luckily crashed on Friday night, and then the next morning came. Typically I go to a lot of Black Veil Bride concerts by myself. So the very first Resurrection Tour, I went by myself. And so that was my very first time really like exploring Seattle, because I visited a couple of times, but not a lot. Like you, I didn't get there at 8, but I got there, I want to say maybe around noon-ish, just because I wanted to make sure I gave myself enough time to first find parking in Seattle, because Seattle is just a busy city. I found the parking in the main downtown of Seattle, and then I had to remember I took like one of those monorail train to the part section of the venue, and that was all new to me, and I'm just like, I don't know which way I'm going and stuff. Like, okay, no, I want to go this, no, now it's telling me this way. So I had to get help with that. Luckily, I made my way to the venue part, and when I got there, there was a line, and I was just like, so I went up to the first girl in line and say, is this for VIP? She's like, yeah. So I went in line, and then I told myself, well, get comfortable, you're by yourself and everything. So sadly enough, I could not go to like the gas station or anything for bathrooms or drinks or pizza. There was literally a fan who Uber Eat or something, a box of pizza for him and his groups, and I'm just looking at that pizza like, I want one. But VIP kind of came around, I want to say 4-ish or maybe 5, I can't remember exactly. Either the venue or the BVB crew came out to tell, all right, general admission this way, VIP this way. So they started splitting us up, and that's where I met my concert buddies in Seattle, and we've been concert buddies for a long time now. And we just started talking and everything, and I explained this was my first VIP, and they told me, oh, it's okay, yeah, so this is what you want to do when it comes to VIP. Like, he kind of gave me the rundown, which I was very grateful for. The lady started coming down, taking names and stuff, and that's where they passed out the lanyard. And I remember getting this lanyard, and I was so excited. I'm like, that's official. They let us into the venue. God, it was so warm in there, thank God, because it was cold. We were just waiting and waiting. We saw the setup for the photos, and I think Yanni came by and kind of gave the rundown, saying, okay, you must have your phones ready, get it on camera mode and stuff, give it to this person, they will take it for you. Again, his signature thing is there will be no hugging, no gifts or anything. Here I am, just like, oh boy, okay, there's no hugging. Okay, get that out of your mind, Ruth, and stuff. Luckily, I wasn't the first. I was kind of in the front, but I wasn't first. I was like in the beginning of the line, middle section, maybe. I don't know how to describe it. Here comes BVB, all out and everything. And, fans are like, woo! And I'm just like, and starstruck. I had this like whole speech in my head to tell the guys during VIP, like, I am going to embarrass myself in the internet. So, Blackville Brides, this is what I wanted to tell you for my first VIPs. I wanted to say thank you very much. That's what I really wanted to say was thank you. Is that I wanted to, oh my God, I'm going to embarrass myself. I wanted to let you guys know that you have older fans that still listen to your music. Yeah, I'm like 21 or 22 at the time. I'm a young adult, but like, don't think like most of your fan base are still teenagers. I was a fan of you since I was a teenager and still a fan of you in my early 20s. So I just wanted to let you know that. And I also wanted to show them my Blackville Brides tattoo. So, but when my turn came, starstruck, froze completely. I could not speak whatsoever. I felt like it went so fast. I shaked their hands. Then again, it was so a blur. I think I positioned myself right between Andy and Bruno. Andy put his arm and stuff. We took a photo, and then could not speak still. And in my head, I'm like beating myself up, like, you had a speech. At least say thank you. At least say thank you. Nope, nothing could come out. And so I was about to go, but then Andy quickly turned around, stared at me with his beautiful piercing blue eyes, and I'm just like, and my heart is melting. I'm melting. But he was super sweet, because I guess he saw how nervous I was and how I just wasn't speaking, and all I could do was just smile and wave. And he just told me, I hope you enjoy the show. And like, he smiled, and then when he said that, I'm just like, again, could not speak. I could not, no words can come out. I could not English. I was just like, and then I just left.
I love that. It was
just smiling and movement. I know freaking words can come out. I could not English. And so I went to where they put us off to the side and I saw all the other fans coming. But then I also saw fans giving gifts out. But I'm like, but Yanni, you just said no gifts. So it was my very first VIP. So I was call me a good girl. I was following the rules that I was told I was. So
yeah. I just want to point out for any fans that have like their shit together and are able to be like 100% spot on with, especially when it's your first VIP. Yeah. I envy you.
I know. Like I saw all these fans like talking. I saw this one girl showing her tattoo, and I am here beating myself up. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, for sake, Ruth, you are 20. I think I was like 22 or 21. I don't remember the math. I was in my young 20s. You are a teacher. You teach 1st through 5th grade, Ruth. Kids, you can talk to kids and you can't talk to Andy.
Can't form words when Black Veil Brides is in front of us. It's difficult. And I feel you 100% on that. Like basically the same here. I beat myself up because I wanted to do that same thing, say thank you, have a speech ready, but out the door it went when I got up there. I don't know why it does that.
Well, I think for one, it's like, I would say this goes for a lot of fans too. Like we look up to them. They became our role models. And so the first time, like being in the same room and actually being in person with them, it's like, we get starstruck for one. And it's just like, hi, it's starstruck. And I would say that because that's how I felt. I froze and was completely starstruck because these men, this band I look up to, it's just like, they've been there since my high school years. And, as for all friends, they mean a lot to us. And so it was definitely starstruck and nerves.
I was about to say that I feel like it's starstruck, yes, and nerves 100% all the way. And especially if you have anxiety, like that does not help.
No, it doesn't.
Well, what about your second VIP? Did that go a lot better than your first one, would you say?
My second VIP was surprisingly during the pandemic years. So I think it was their...
That's your second one?
Yeah.
I didn't like... It's so cool though. I really do love the fact that it was through the pandemic, honestly.
I think it was their Burning and Alive 2 online concert where they had the VIP section. I said, it. I saw the timing and I'm like, how work was back then. I'm like, yeah, I'll be able to work. So that was online. So for people who don't know, who didn't do it. So it was, I don't remember what the app was called, but you had to download this app and you got a code to go get in line to sign up for VIP before the online showing of the Burning Life 2. All the guys were in this room sitting on a couch. You only had like a limited time to talk to them virtually. The weird thing was, which made me nervous, is because they tell you where you were, like you're number 5, 2, 10th in place in line. I was 2 in line. But the weird thing about it made me uncomfortable. All the fans who were waiting in line could see everyone's VIP experience through that app. Like everyone could see everyone's time during that app, during the time of the VIP. So the first girl went, she was just like so confident, so like kept together. And I'm here like a nervous wreck I was actually at work at the time. And I had all these sticky notes, like telling me, breathe, speak this time. Her time was coming up because there was a timer that tells you like, oh, you have 10 seconds left with them. And then I was like, my turn. And then it came to my turn. I was able to speak this time.
Yes.
Oh my God. But I have the video, but I cringed so much of it. I showed you the video. I cringed so much because oh my God. I felt like I was just rambling a stupid mess to them. And I'm just like, oh, what the Ruth? Long story short, I may have mentioned I'm trying to calm myself, my fangirl side down. And I was just I was sweating so hard. Like my back was sweating. So I was that nervous. I'm like, what the is wrong with me? But, I did say thank you. And Andy did ask me like, oh, what are your favorite songs? And I kept mentioning the slow ones because I'm in the spotlight. So I kept saying, I said Lost It All for one. Yes, it's true. Then I said Dead Man Walking, and Andy was like, oh, so you like the slow songs? And I'm in my head, I'm like, Was I not supposed to say those?
Hey, someone's got to appreciate the slow songs.
I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You know, I saw the timer that my time was going to run out soon. I really wanted to. Oh my God, I cringe at it every time I look at it. If you are interested, you can dig through my Instagram. It's there somewhere. But I actually brought 2 of my paintings I really wanted to show them. That I did. That was like, I saw the timer and then they were about to say goodbye, but I'm like, wait.
So I've done some artwork of you guys, and I'm always like very hard on myself because like I'm trying to capture your faces and looks, but like these are just two of I've done so far. I don't know how well you can see them, so.
It's a little pixelated, but we can tell.
Yeah, that was my concern, but I just really wanted to show you guys.
That's so cool. That's really awesome.
That's so cool.
Thank you.
And they appreciate it. They really liked it. And that just put a smile to my face. They said goodbye and they said they hope they enjoy the show. I mean, did I beat myself up just a little bit because I could not English?
Now, would you say that it's more nerve-wracking to do VIP through webcam or definitely in person?
For me, at least, I think they're both on the same playing field. It didn't help that all the fans could see your time talking to them. So I'm just like, I knew I sounded horrible and like a wreck. I'm like,
That's what would make me nervous about the webcam. Just the fact that everyone is watching you. And the fact that I'd be so worried about my internet lagging and them like not being able to hear everything correctly. Yeah. But like, I think it's still amazing that Black Veil Brides was willing to even like do VIP through webcam. That's like just super cool and so much appreciated.
I don't regret it. Even though it's very, very cringy to look back at it. The only part I really like of that VIP was me showing them my artwork, because that was it. I did mention I was an art teacher, so it was really nice for me just to get a chance to show them my artwork and for them to appreciate it and like it. So
yeah, no, I think that's what matters most out of it too.
How did your second one go?
So I can't lie. I think my second VIP experience with Black Veil Brides, it by far way better than my first experience. I felt like I was able to talk a little bit more, maybe not as well, but still more. It's crazy because my second VIP experience was actually the Black Mass tour. That's the one with Falling Universe, right?
Yes, lucky dog.
Okay. It was the Black Mass tour, and I believe that was like 2014. No, yeah, 2014. It was so cool because I think that one was like October 26th or 27th, and I was like, damn it, it's just a couple days from my birthday. I was like, no, why couldn't it land on my birthday? But I had big plans for this tour. I had set up a tattoo appointment literally the day after my concert because I told myself I'm getting their signatures. I'm having them sign my arm. Like I'm literally going to talk to them and get this done. And the only unfortunate part is like I had dreaded my hair like a year before this show, and I ended up shaving my entire head. And I was like, I don't want to go to the show bald. So I bought a wig like specifically for the show. It was a really pretty pink rose wig and everything. And it looked awesome. Yeah. It was lace.
Like it was your actual hair. Okay.
A lot of people did. And this time we did not arrive 8 hours early. I think we arrived maybe like 3 hours before VIP started. And it was like pouring rain outside. It was pretty cold. I didn't mind it too much because we got front row parking. Like we parked right in front of the theater. So that was really exciting. And the cool part about this VIP experience is, call me crazy, but I felt like it was probably like the longest VIP experience that I had, because when we first went in, just like Yanni did with you, Yanni's going off about like the rules and everything. And it made me nervous because I was like, oh crap, am I not going to be able to have them sign my arm? Although he did say that we could have them autograph whatever, but it just made me a bit nervous. And I agree with you. Like I was really sad. I'm like, damn it, no hugs. Like that really sucked. Cause that was my other goal, was to ask them for a hug, like each individual one, even though I knew that was like not a possibility. Yeah. We first line up, and after Yanni explains the rules, he's telling us that we're lining up to go do autographs first. He said, once everyone's done going through the line, shaking hands and doing autographs, we go back in line for a photo. So I feel like that's why it was a bit longer, because like you got to say hi to them twice. And I'm not the first one in line. I was kind of more the middle, which made me happier because I was able to like watch other people converse with them. And it kind of helped me to be a little bit more calmer. And at the time when I went, I had already had like my chest piece done. And I go up to the table and Cece, once again, Cece's like the very first one there. And I go up to him and he's like, wow. He's like, that is awesome. And he's like, did it hurt? And I'm just like, yeah, a little bit. And he's like, wow, that is just so cool. And then I looked at him and I was like, is it possible I could get you to sign my arm by chance? And then, you know, he's just so cute and he's just very hyper and he's like, yeah, you know, and I give him my arm and he's like, where do you want me to sign? And I literally told him anywhere. And I told all the guys just to sign wherever they wanted. Like my whole arm was a blank canvas at the time, except for like my shoulder, but I wanted them to just be creative and do whatever they wanted. And they ended up all kind of signing in one area, which I totally don't mind. I think it worked out. So after Cece, you know, kind of go down the line to Jinx and Jake, and they're more on the quiet side. And then we got to Andy and I asked him, you know, to sign my arm and everything. And he's like, yeah. And he asked me how I was doing. And then, you know, he told me that he really hopes that I enjoy the show as well. And then after autographs, you know, do a loop, get back in line, and then kind of wait there for the photos. And then that's what, I don't know why, but it's like the photo part, I started to get really nervous. Even though when they were, and I kind of felt stupid because while they were autographing my arm, I like didn't speak that much. Like I was just proud of myself for being able to ask them if they could sign my arm. And then, you know, Hudson was telling them, he's like, she's going to get this tattooed literally tomorrow. And, you know, Andy said that was really cool. And then we get back in line and it's our turn to go get a photo with them. I think Yanni placed me like right by Andy. And Andy wrapped his arm around me, which kind of made my heart like, because I'm like, oh, I didn't, because, you know, my first VIP experience, no one wrapped their arms around me. I was in between like Bruno and Jinx, and I was like, oh, okay. And they just kind of kept their hands at their sides. So I did too. And then when Andy wrapped his arm, I was like, not expecting it, but I was like, oh, yay, it's like a side hug. So I wrapped my arm around him. And he even told me, he's like, don't be nervous. I was like, okay. But I was so nervous, Andy. I'm sorry.
Yep.
But then, you know, we got the photo. And after that, like, I was just really proud of myself in that moment because I was like, you know, I was able to at least talk to them about signing my arm, even though I didn't like say too much after that. I was just still proud that it went smoother than the first one. And I was just all out, in general, just happy with how it turned out. Well, what's interesting with all the VIPs that you and I have been to, I can't lie, I always expect them to go the same as they did the last time, but they're always constantly changing.
So out of all like the VIP experience you've had, which one would you say is like your favorite one?
Ooh.
I know.
What? That's hard.
I know.
Okay.
I mean, it's like the same thing with concerts. So
I think my favorite VIP experience out of all of them is probably the in-between tour. My mom usually comes with me. We always did photos separately. Like we met them separately because for some reason, you know, I told mom, I'm like, well, you should get your own photo with Black Veil Brides. You know, I was like, I don't want to like be in there with you. I was like, as much as I want to be. But I was really happy about the in-between tour because that's when mom and I looked at each other and we were like, we're going to do this together this time. Yes, we are. And we were dressed in the red suits. I know. And I was surprised that no other fan did, honestly. I highly expected, I literally thought a lot of people were going to, but no, it was just me and mom. And then mom got nervous. She's like, everyone's staring at us. The in-between tour, that one's my favorite because we did this together. And when we went up to the guys, you know, like they all waved at us. We smiled and said hi to all of them. Literally all the guys told us that they loved the red suits. They were digging it. And I think that one meant a lot to me because Andy did tell me that he was just super proud of you and I for everything that we were doing with the Hearts to Hearts show. And, you know, he also just said that it was so great to see my mom and I again, and that he, you know, he digs all the tattoos that I've been getting. And it just, that And yeah, I was actually able to talk too. Like, yes, I was still nervous. My anxiety was like really peaking, but I was able to hold the conversation and remain calm. And it was great to experience that with my mom. You know, my mom was really excited. Despite her nerves, she was able to keep the conversation too. It was cool. It felt like it lasted forever. And so that one is definitely like by far my favorite VIP experience. It holds so many amazing memories. Which one is your favorite VIP experience?
The same, In Between tour.
Really?
Yeah,
Look at that. In
I know.
sync.
That was my third VIP experience, and I was just so excited just to finally see them in person, because after everything during the pandemic and everything, I was just like, we're somewhat getting back to normal. I mentioned, like, it's my first time as a teacher. I would always feel guilty abandoning my students and blah, 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 and just getting that guilt. But, after a couple of years in the educational world and talking to coworkers and everything, and just understanding, like, take a day off for your mental health. That's a legitimate excuse. When the in between tour came, I will admit, at first I wasn't going to go because, again, of that guilt feeling of abandoning my students and sub and everything. And then, I was kind of venting to my friends about it, like, oh, I really want to go, but blah, blah, blah. And my friends were like, they were basically giving me a look like, shut the fuck up. Get a sub. You have those personal days for a reason, and go to this concert. Like, go. Go. Don't feel guilty. They're fine. The stores will be fine. Like, literally, my friend Liz, like, broke my arm telling me to go. If she told me, if you don't go, I'm gonna be mad at you and disappointed in you, and I won't let you see Diego, her cat, anymore. And I'm like, you can't do that to me. He's like, then go. So,
good thing you went.
yeah, so I ended up going, and because the concert there in the Seattle area, I want to say was a Friday, or maybe I think it was a Thursday, either a Thursday or a Friday, I can't remember. And so I got there and I met my friend, and so we got ready, and that was actually the first Black Veil Brides concert someone actually came with me. Like, I've always been to Black Veil Brides concerts by myself because, but my best friend actually said, I'll come with you and stuff, and so she did. Thank you, Mary, for coming with me. It was just super exciting. And then VIP line started going in. I did have a little hiccup going into the venue, but I was able to get in. And so when VIP was starting, I was actually last in line for VIP. I'm just like, oh, why am I last? Why am I last? I just felt like being last was never a good thing. I don't know. Anxiety started raising as soon as the line kept moving, and I saw the guys out there, and I'm just like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And I kept, like, my heart was beating and everything. I just kept telling myself, like, you got this, you got this. Just Black Veil Brides, they're just men. There's just every other man who just happens to impact it and change your life. My turn came. My friend Mary was just like, you got it. You can, like, talk to them. Like, they know you. Like, they know you. I'm like, no, they don't. Like, they don't know me. Like, they know you. It was my turn. And then literally all at once, like, well, Andy first said it, but then everyone else was like, hey. And I'm just like, because at the time I was kind of newly helping with their TikTok and everything. So they heard my name and knew me. They knew I was going to be there. And so when they saw me, they're like, hey, what's up? As soon as they said that, I was able to English better this time around, and, like, told them, I just, again, tell them thank you. And I told them how grateful I was just to even help a little bit with their TikTok account, and how that meant the world for me, for them to let me and for them to trust me and everything. Like, I was just thanking them. But then after a while, Andy, I think either I was rambling on or maybe I paused, and Andy's like, no. We should be thanking you, honestly. Like, seriously, thank you, Ruth. Like, they were all thanking me for all the work we've been doing. And Andy also mentioned, like, thank you so much for this podcast that you and Nicole did of the Hearts to Hearts. Like, he also mentioned, like, I also thanked Nicole in Colorado. Like, they all said they loved the show that we're doing, and, like, they're always grateful for it. And, it was just like, I even told, like, I understand the protocols, COVID, I understand completely. Like, again, as soon as they said that, I just wanted to give them a hug, but sadly I couldn't. So all I could say was, I know because of protocols I can't, but I'm giving you guys all big air hugs right now. And they seemed to like that. And then it was time for our photo. And I was actually kind of happy how the photo turned out, just because we've been seeing online, like everyone's been doing different poses because of how it was set up and everything. So I saw like all these cool poses that fans were doing. So in my head, I was like, okay, there's got to be a pose someone has not done yet. And I was just thinking, almost like the Vogue one. And I'm like, I don't know if they know what that is, but I'm going to explain it to them. And so they were going to do the photo. And I think they were just going to do like the classic rock and roll sign. And then I turn around and say, guys, can we do like the Vogue pose or like Vogue? I'm like, yeah, like kind of like the Vogue, kind of you just make a square in your head and stuff. And they're like, sure. So we ended up doing that. And it just came so awesome. Like I was just so happy with it. Yeah, it was just super nice. I felt like I was able to talk to them a little bit than my other VIPs. Like the other VIPs felt like maybe a minute. I felt like this one is, I want to say 5 minutes, but it was close to 5 minutes of just me talking to them. So yeah.
I just can't believe how in sync we are most of the time. Like the fact that it's the in-between tour is both of our favorite VIP experiences, and the fact that we both were able to English and just be more confident that go around. I love us.
Also the fact that I wasn't like you, but I did have like a red like a suit version of it. I didn't have red bottoms.
Red suit on.
But I had a red suit, not the bottoms like you did, but I was wearing a red suit. And again, I was also surprised because when I went in line, no one was wearing it. And I'm like, did we forget the memo? I'm sorry. And also Andy complimented on it too, because he saw it and I painted the cross like what they had in the Torch music video. So I was like, okay, this was a win. I don't care. This was a win. I will say the Cincinnati VIP experience was also pretty up there. I would say number 2, just because even though I know what the Trinity of Territory VIP was very different and very something like a lot of BVB fans were not used to, just because we were kind of used to that one-on-one time. I really did enjoy the Cincinnati one, just because for one, trivia was kind of fun. The fact that it was just not you there, but it was like Cassie, Ian, Jasmine, and just everyone else there. And then the leg 2 VIP photos was different than leg 1. So I was not expecting I was expecting all 3 bands upstage, all of us in a group. Great. No, we got one for every band. And so I was happy to I saw the one at Black Veil Brides with us, because you were right next to me. We had our whole group there. But then if you zoom into Andy and some of the guys, like they're actually smiling. So I'm just like,
and that VIP experience, it was wild, definitely bizarre and different, but it was still pretty cool. And what I really loved most of it, for all of us to be there as a group and for the guys to literally notice that and like point at all of us and just wave hello. I thought that was so cool. Like I really do feel that they were excited that like the BVB Army truly like came together for that show.
Well, because like I'm not gonna say we were the first group. I know there's been other fans out there who have grouped together and gone to a concert, but that was my first experience for me meeting a group of fans that we've been talking online. Like that was my first ever Black Veil Brides concert, going to a concert with a friend who knows Black Veil Brides, who's a huge fan of Black Veil Brides as I am. And like that whole group and that VIP experience was amazing, just to get that photo with us and with the guys. And like you said, the guys noticing like, oh my God, they actually all came together. Wow. Like they came from different places to this show.
And that's the same here. I know I said I've gone with Hudson and my mom. Like Hudson does like Black Veil Brides, but not nearly as much, as you and I do. My mom absolutely loves Black Veil Brides, but like, I feel like it's different with, family. So to be able to enjoy this and to have that moment with all of you guys meant a lot to me, because I've never gone to a concert with friends before, and it's definitely the most coolest experience ever.
That concert was amazing, and just being able to experience BVB with you. And like I know we mentioned this before, like us with our beautiful singing voices and us not caring because we're in that moment with Black Veil Bride.
That's what mattered. I didn't care how terrible I sounded. I was just having fun with you.
Side note, when BVB performed, we were very fortunate to sit next to Amy and Chris Biersack, but also just seeing them, how they are when BVB, just hearing Chris like rock out and sing out too. And I'm just like, this is amazing. Like I am truly grateful for that experience, just to see you rock out and to see Chris rock out. It was just like my heart.
No, I loved that too. Just to hear Chris singing and shouting. Oh, I was like, yes, proud dad right there.
Proud BVB dad right there. I'm sure Amy was enjoying her time. I know she was dealing with a lot of her knee and stuff, but I did see her recording and, clapping and cheering on. So I was just like, this is so wholesome. Like, I can't.
And that just added to the whole experience. Being able to know, it was literally experiencing it with fans from across states and also experiencing it with Andy's parents, like mind-blowing.
Seriously,
really was.
Like, I didn't know what was really going to happen during that show. Like, I knew that we're going to meet up as a group. How things ended up, I just did not imagine it would end up like that.
I think it ended perfectly the way that it did.
I'm excited for the new tour, whatever that is, honestly.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm hoping for one next year, but if not, like, totally. I mean, to be fair, they deserve a good long break because they have been touring their asses off this year.
They are busy bees. They're ending Leg 3 in Seattle, December 12th. I know for Cece, he's missing his new wife and everything. And he's seen with Lilith, Juliet, and just everyone else with their partners. Like, it's like, I wonder, like, because Lonnie has expressed through his Patreon that he loves touring, he loves that part. But at the same time, it's like they're ready just to go home and just chill. It's a love-hate relationship. Like, they love touring and love meeting the fans and rocking out and everything, but at the same time, they're like, but we're ready just to kind of go home and relax for a little bit, be with our fur babies and our partners and our families and friends. So
exactly. It's like when you go on vacation somewhere, you're so thrilled, you're enjoying it, and you enjoy it the whole way. But then there's always that moment where you're like, home is home.
I'm very grateful for every single VIP experience. And I'm sorry, Blackfoot Brides, if I just rambled or sound completely stupid. So
no, I'm right there with you. I'm grateful for all the experiences I've had, even the times where I felt like a fool for being so nervous. I'm so grateful for that because I feel like, unfortunately, not many fans get to experience VIP, and I wish that they all could, because I feel like it's something that should happen to every BVB fan.
Here's a fun question for the near future, for the next coming up tours and VIPs and stuff. Do you have like a what's it called? Let's say a bucket list for next VIP. Is there like a goal instead for next VIP that maybe you have? You need the Lonnie signature.
I do. So like that one, I was about to say, I hadn't thought about it, but for next VIP, so long that they're able to like do autographs, because I feel like after COVID, it's something that they kind of took away. So if they were to bring it back, I would love to get Lonnie's signature on my arm. That's definitely on the bucket list. And I guess I can honestly say that every VIP experience I've been to, like I've always talked to them, but I've never been able to actually like open up and thank them for everything. So I feel like next one, besides Lonnie's signature, I really want to be able to speak to all of them and just really just say thank you, because that's something I haven't been able to do yet. Do you have a bucket list for next VIP?
I got two.
Ooh.
So one is kind of like I mentioned, Con and copying you. I would really like CC's signature somewhere on here. I'm not against what the other guys, honestly. So if it happens, great. Again, if they do bring up autographs or some type of way of everything, that would be great. Number two, which, I think I can see it in the future, eventually, one way or another. VIP experience with you. Like if
with me. What? Yeah. Yes. Add that to my list too. And I can't lie, I also would like to add hugs, because I've never really hugged them. But yes, I oh my God, can you imagine us like experiencing that together? Like we'd be chatterboxes.
I don't know. We say we might be chatterboxes, but who knows? We might just be starstruck again and like, I
don't know. I feel like you and I together in person, like I feel like we do so well. I feel like we kind of just bounce off each other. Add one more thing to that bucket list then, because I would love to experience a VIP with you. And I think a part of that, like we should maybe ask for like one gigantic group hug.
Yes, please. I am willing to share my VIP photo with you and stuff. Well, let's all chain up and stuff and just smile, or we could do hearts. So,
oh yeah, anything works. Like I would just love to have you in the VIP photo with me.
One thing I think we want to throw real quickly is when it comes to VIP, the goodies that we get during VIP.
Have you had like a specific one that was just your all-time favorite?
Well, okay, I will admit I am a sucker when it comes to lanyards when it comes to VIP. So when the in-between tour said there was no lanyard, I was a little sad and a little disappointed that I wouldn't get a lanyard, because like I have 3 as of right now, but I just love wearing them because you are a very important person. So I miss that. The pin set from leg 1 from the Trinity and Tarot was pretty cool. But I also like the tote bag that I got during the Resurrection tour.
Yes. The tote bags were new. Yeah. And I thought that was cool.
I really enjoyed it a lot. It was the coolest thing.
Okay. I must ask though, is there a specific goodie? Is there one that's usually like I don't want to necessarily say a least favorite, but something that just you don't really care to get? I see.
No,
there's no good way to word this.
I wouldn't say that. There are one particular thing I would say is a bit of a hassle to take care of. It's the posters.
Thank you.
The posters.
Thank you. That's what I was going for. I'm like not bad, but something that's annoying. I agree with you on that. I love getting posters, but I'm just like, man, do they get crinkled and ripped?
I know. I do like the size that I got for the Resurrection tour. It was like a nice and small one. So I ended up folding it, but it wasn't like crinkled or anything. But yeah, the posters, as much as I love the posters, they are a bit of a hassle to take care of. So
yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. I feel like I'm more focused on trying to protect the poster. I do love the lanyards. I think that's like probably one of my most favorites out of all the goodies, but this hasn't really been a thing with the VIPs lately. But I do remember with the Church of the Wild Ones tour, I don't think they did it on any other VIPs, unfortunately. But for Church of the Wild Ones tour, when you got VIP, you also got the CD. And for me, call me old school, but I think it's really cool that we got the CD. And I wish that they would continue to do that with the VIP, but like I totally get it. But that's probably like one of my most favorite things ever was getting the actual CDs.
Oh, again, who knows what's going to be next VIP, what's going to look like for their next tour in the United States, and who they're going to be touring with, or what goodies they're going to have.
It excites me. But for any fans that just have not yet had a VIP experience, I truly hope the next tour that Black Veil Brides does, I'm hoping that you are able to grab yourself a VIP ticket and experience this, because it's just so incredible. And I really wish for all fans to experience it.
Yes. And please know, if this is going to be your first VIP experience, don't beat yourself so much if you froze or get starstruck, because it happens to most of us, like Ma and Nicole. For today's fan shout actually goes to a really special lady in the Army. She goes by Erin Moore. I think that's how you pronounce it. She literally is a huge supporter of Black Veil Brides. She retweets and informs everyone of like everything about BVB. Not only does she support Black Veil Brides a lot, but she also supports the Army so much. Like if it's like for small businesses or anything, she supports the Army so much. And she's honestly just has such a big general loyal heart to the Army and Black Veil Brides that we see you, Erin. We see you retweet pretty much everything and also everything that fans do that supports Black Veil Brides. Like, you were such a fucking sweetheart. First of all, like you surprised me because you bought like all the stickers that I made of Blackville Brides, and Nicole just informed me some fun news too about you.
Yes. Thank you for purchasing one of every Born Again mask. Your support truly does mean a lot to not only me, but to Ruth as well. Just thank you for being a huge supporter of us and our show. Your kind words warmed our hearts.
Seriously, like we cannot thank you enough of your kind words that you send through us on DM, made it public on Twitter or Instagram. Like you seriously support everyone in the Army and Blackville Brides. Like it means a lot to us. So definitely our fan shout out goes to you for sure. I think we got everything about VIP experience for this episode, BVB Army. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, you can find our podcast on all streaming platforms. We are going to enter December here. Holy cow.
This year has gone by so quick. Like,
so quick. And oh my God, Nicole, we have one huge homework to do for our December month. I'm just going to say that.
We're going to be busy bees.
We're going to be busy bees. Honestly, we are going to be, we have to get that episode pretty much perfect.
I know. I'm scared.
Same here. But we hope you guys enjoy this episode, guys. Hearing our VIP experience when it comes to Blackville Brides. Again, we hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving and hopefully got some Black Friday shopping deals and everything. Also, I know that I can see it in Nicole's background. For anyone who's getting the Edgar Allan Poe, I hope you guys are getting it. I unfortunately am still waiting for mine. I haven't gotten and received an email yet about shipping or anything. I know.
There we go.
But that is on the list of our episodes. Unfortunately, I don't have mine yet, so I'm still waiting for mine.
I was hoping yours was going to come this week.
We are looking forward to our last couple episodes in December. And with that, all of our social media links are down below. Please go give us a follow and everything. And we will see you guys in December.